Now to Kiribati, where the government's latest attempt to deport a High Court judge has many concerned. Australian David Lambourne has been handed a deportation notice after Parliament voted to oust him from the High Court. 4 other foreign-born judges have been suspended from the court in the last 2 years. It's caused an ongoing legal and constitutional crisis. Kiribati went months without any functioning high-level courts until the government's former Attorney General was appointed as Chief Justice. So how did we get here? In 2022, the country's president suspended Justice Lambourne over allegations of misconduct. The main complaint? Taking too long to deliver a verdict. The justice has lived in Kiribati with his wife, the current opposition leader David Lambourne, for 30 years.
This has been a process motivated not by a desire to do right by the Constitution, but by politics, and the fabric of our democracy has been weakened as a result.
International legal experts are also concerned.
Judge Lambourne was removed after proceedings that violated international standards and undermined the independence of the judiciary in Kiribati.
The whole saga has raised questions about the separation of powers in Kiribati, especially as an election looms. Joining us now to discuss all this is i-Kiribati reporter Rimon Rimon. Kona Maori Rimon, it's great to have you with us.
Kona Maori, Alice, thank you for having me.
There are claims these allegations are politically motivated, and given his wife is the opposition leader, what evidence is there that that's true?
These allegations were first presented to the president by the chairman of the political party that is currently in the ruling party. So there's a bit of a conflict of interest in many of the areas of this case against David Lambourne. The campaign has been really made about, race as Australian and New Zealanders. And so on the ground, that has been sort of like the campaign told that people that they don't trust how the Australian and New Zealand judges have, played out their judgments against the government. And what we have now, some MPs are calling is a proxy court, a court put in place by the current government, appointing people that were working within their own ranks in government, and are now leading the judiciary.
What's been the response on the ground? Do you think this situation is influencing voters for the upcoming elections?
What we're seeing is that a lot of people are quite cautious now in how they handle themselves, because they understand that the court system is not as it used to be. I talked with one of the opposition MPs last week, and he mentioned that, this campaign may be all about David Lambourne, but they're not fighting for David Lambourne. They're fighting behind the principle that a high court judge is being removed on such flimsy allegations, and that, the process provided to him was not just within the laws of Kiribati or the constitution of Kiribati. And if they do get elected in parliament in the coming elections, that is what they assured that they would bring back to the people of Kiribati.
That's all we have time for. Caught up with Rimon, and we look forward to catching up with you closer to election time.
Thank you, Alice, for having me.
And just to be clear, Rimon has contacted the i-Kiribati government for comment.